Hi, I'm Adrienne Elise, an intuitive healer and teacher and professional astrologer. I wanted to talk to you about my new course called Exploring Your Birth Chart. Astrology is a tricky thing that a lot of people feel overwhelmed, and um, all of the jargon and the symbols can be overwhelming, and leave it to the astrologers, the gobbledygook. But astrology is actually the most ancient discipline and study that we have. And it is a very powerful tool to learn and understand about who you are as a soul, uncover your most precious gifts and skills, and check out what might be in the way from the past could be keeping you from coming into your potential. So, very powerful work here, but often people feel intimidated by astrology, and astrologers throughout time have sought to keep it mysterious and unapproachable. So, this class is designed for you as your personal journey through your birth chart. And what we're going to do is just go step by step through the process of an intuitive astrology reading in the way that the process has come through in my own intuitive work. And so, what this does is it's for the person who has no prior knowledge of astrology, but hopefully also deep esoteric insights for the seasoned astrologer. So, you don't have to have any prior knowledge, and this is just a step by step introduction and experience of astrology, and showing you how to make sense of astrology charts, looking up times in an ephemeris, and so that you can continue to use astrology as a tool by checking your transits, how the current astrology is affecting your birth chart. This can be incredibly helpful. Now, when I first came into astrology when I was in my 20s, I got really into it, and started studying it. But I came at it as a way of like, this can't be real. This can't be true. And so what happened was when I got into my study of it, I was like, actually blown away at how true it was. And in a way, I kind of maybe was a little bit too much, and I put it aside. And I continued to study astrology throughout my life, but never thought in a million years that I'd be a YouTube astrologer. So here I am. But what put me off about astrology and why I put it aside for so long was because I saw how people got so pigeonholed. And it was like the fate, well, you're a Scorpio, so it's just the way it is. And it's like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem quite right, because that's like saying that you're stuck with this fate and there's no way out of it. And it brings people to a place of victimization and categorization and pigeonholing. And so I just did not like that about astrology. But my deeper study of astrology has brought me to the understanding of what a powerful tool it is. As supernova souls, we've gone through this journey together, through the astrology, through the story. This is called mundane astrology, when astrologers speak to the effect that the astrology is having on the world and all of us at the time, different than a study of the birth chart. But through this study of esoteric mundane astrology, gradually more and more, I started to work with birth charts. But first, I was a past life reader. And so, what really got me into the birth charts was studying the Edgar Cayce readings about astrology. Now, a very different take on astrology that comes through those Edgar Cayce readings. And so, that is going to be a big component of this course, a completely different way of looking at this whole system. So, very exciting to explore that with you. But what I found is that there is so much information around past lives in the birth chart. And once I saw that, and understood that information, then I was able to discover my own way, intuitive way of reading the birth chart. And so this is a journey of that discovery. So I'm no longer offering individual astrology sessions. This is your session for yourself to get step by step. So it could be that this is just your way to come in tune with your birth chart and not feel so intimidated by astrology. Or it could be open the door for you to use this professionally in your coaching and counseling. It's a very powerful tool. What is astrology really? It is simply an archetypal story played out. And this story is everywhere in patterns in our world, again and again and again. So, by studying these patterns represented in the energies of the planets and the constellations, we can understand. It's like we can go deep into the patterns in order to overcome the patterns. We've seen that each sign and each planet has a positive and a negative energy. It could go either way. So astrology is meant to be used as a personal growth tool. Edgar Cayce saw that these energies of the planets and stars are actually within us. And makes a lot of sense for supernova souls, which are in fact stardusts. And we're coming to realize that we were here from the very beginning of this evolution, which means we, energetically, a part of the vision of this earth journey. And so that means that this pattern of astrology is a deep mysteries of our whole everything of life is also within us. We have this understanding. And so unlocking your birth chart can unlock your most precious inner gifts and can open you up to a whole new intuitive understanding of the world. And knowing this patterns, we can go deeply into the patterns as a way to break free of the patterns and go back to source. So this is the power of astrology. So we're going to talk through these are installments, and you can take your time and do the installments at your own pace of these different sections of this course, exploring your birth chart. So the first installment is an introduction to astrology, where we're going to go deep into the hidden history of astrology, and look at the different systems of astrology and the overall energies, symbols, kind of getting comfortable with this jargon and these symbols and these energies as we take an overall look at the birth chart. And then step by step through the installments of this course, we'll go deeper through all of the method of an intuitive astrology reading. So it'll be a beautiful journey, and I hope that you'll consider joining, and you can jump in whenever you want and catch up on past sessions. In the information box below, you can find the link to the current session that's being offered and also the replays of the previous sessions. So I hope you'll consider joining this journey of self-discovery in exploring the most powerful tool you have, your birth chart. So thank you so much for considering, and I look forward to seeing you. Also, these courses are going to be augmented by question and answer sessions and sharing sessions, so that we can kind of get more personal on the birth chart as well. So you can kind of look out for those Q&A sharing sessions. Wherever you get in the course, you can jump in and ask your questions and get more clarity on your birth chart. So I hope you'll consider this a wonderful adventure together. It's a beautiful thing to offer this this intuitive astrology journey that I've gone on as a product, and a way for you to have a tool of powerful self-discovery and intuitive development. So thanks for considering, and I look forward to seeing you there. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.